Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here for a Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file design team layout. I am going to be working with the ice cream and ice block cut file. I'm only going to be using the actual ice cream cone one. The other two I decided not to use. And I'm going to use a little bit of my watercolors here. I have not pulled these out in a very long time, so I thought that it was a good option to use. I wanted a bit of color, and I didn't really have the colors I was wanting to use in shimmers, so I went ahead and just grabbed my watercolors instead. My point was to make my ice cream cone kind of look like an ice cream cone, and the ice cream itself kind of look like a French vanilla looking ice cream. That was kind of my point, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I did take some time and go over it a couple times and all of that, and then I'm gonna peel that off and go ahead and put it on my background as well. You can see I'm looking like, oh, do I want to do this? I was debating turning my ice cream into one of them being strawberry and then like one of them being chocolate. So I was kind of debating what to do. I do add a little bit of a pink and white mixture so that it softened up the French vanilla look to it. But in the end, it's all good. I do like how they turned out. I am also working with my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of April, which is the Go the Scenic Route by Paige Evans. I only had 2 pattern papers to choose from, and I'm going to go with the heart one. I'm really not sure how I would have used this one in any other way. It's gorgeous. I love this pattern paper, but for some reason, I don't know. Like, I guess I could have fussy cut out the hearts. Yeah, it was a hard one for me to use, and I'm glad I got it used because I'm really not sure what I would have done. So I have to do a couple coats of that whitewash, but I'm happy with the way that turned out. And now I'm going to play with my photos. So they are of my kids eating ice cream. One of them includes my ice cream kind of sticking out in the Nora. You can see Nora too. And I want to get all 4 of these on there in some form without actually covering up all the ice cream. So I'm going to play with where it all goes. But what I end up deciding to do, and I am so pleased with how this layout turned out, to be honest with you, but I end up gluing the cut file to the photo, to each of the photos where they get placed. And then, like it's backing a cut file, except I'm backing the outside of the cut file. I just trimmed where the photo was actually going into the inside of the cut file. So it's kind of like I used the cut file and backed it. I just backed the outside of it, if that makes sense. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. It took me a long time to figure out where everything was going though. So I kind of go here and there and debate. You can see I added the word smile and far and wide because kids love ice cream. And I say that, however, Jackson actually during like the normal part of the year when it's not summer and we're not at the beach, he actually doesn't want ice cream. But when we get it in an ice cream cone, and as long as he gets chocolate, he will sit and eat it. So it's a big treat for him because he's not one to eat ice cream. So it's fun. I find it funny when he does eat it and he loves it. But when we come home and we get ice cream and we put it in a bowl, he doesn't want anything to do with it. So it might just be the cone part. I'm not sure. But that's fine. It just becomes a nice summer treat for him when we go to the beach. It's kind of funny. Nora will eat it. Nora would eat ice cream if it was minus 20 out. She loves it. So my title is going to be We All Scream for Ice Cream because they love it. And I couldn't think of anything else. So a pretty basic title, but we're just going to go with it. I do like how the navy kind of works. And then I have the alpha from the actual collection. These all kind of combined really nicely together. I'm really happy with that. And I'm putting my title up at the top there just because I'm trying to see where everything's going to go at this point. I'm still kind of stuck, not exactly sure. My plan was I going to add some pattern paper to these ice cream cones because they're kind of getting lost. I really wasn't sure. Plus I have to do a little bit of Frankensteining with some of the letters because I didn't have any E's. Now here's what I'm talking about with the photo. So I knew I wanted that photo there. So I went ahead and I glued it down, and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the inside that is from in the ice cream out of it so that it's like it's meant to be there, and it was covered with, if there had been pattern paper or something there. I don't know. I thought I was really clever. It's probably nothing that exciting, but I thought I was being pretty clever doing that. Love that. Now, like I said, I'm struggling. I'm not sure where to go. So what I decide is that I want there to be drips. And so I use the pink and I use teal. Both of these are Shimmers products. And I'm going to go ahead and do one color for each ice cream cone. So they're kind of colored in there. And then I'm going to have them fade down like they're drips, because if you look in, especially Jackson, he was sitting in the sun when he was eating it, so he had drips down his face, and Nora does too, because they're huge ice cream cones and they don't normally eat that much ice cream in one sitting, and they're very slow eaters. So they absolutely had drips of ice cream going down their face, and I wanted to mimic that, and I wanted the colors because of the hearts are so bright and colorful. This is a fun, happy layout, and I just wanted to get that all done. So there you have it. You can kind of see that look. I placed all the cut file back down with the photos where I wanted them to go, and then they're backed with that splash of color for each one. Really happy with that. I'm going to add in a few florals. These are all just kind of within what I have left from this kit. And I'm so pleased. Let me just talk before this video ends. Make sure you head on over to Confessions of a Paper Addict, the Etsy shop. Get your hands on this one. There's a whole bunch of really neat cut files. Virginia releases 2 releases a month, so on the 1st and the 15th of the month. Plus, if you head on over to the Facebook group, there's always a free cut file every month and some sort of a challenge or something happening. For the month of May, because we're going into International Scrapbooking, Day is on the 1st, I believe, of May. We are having a fun party. It's going to be a weekend party over there. So just make sure you're a part of that. You get your cut files that you want and just have fun. Use cut files in whatever way works for you. And I just love all of Virginia's cut files. So I'm happy with how this one turned out. I'm glad to almost be done with this series of photos and this vacation. I have 3 more layouts to do, and this vacation is done. So that also makes me very, very happy. And as I'm kind of playing around here, I wanted there to be florals, but I didn't want it to be too overpowering. And so I really had to play to make this kind of work. But I definitely wanted that whimsy feel going on, because this is just about the kids. It's not really documenting the ice cream Sean and I had, even though my hand's there. It's more just about how much the kids loved it. And because I am trying to kill this kit, I am also going to fussy cut out this little happiness is here, get that used up as well. So it says, we all scream for ice cream. Happiness is here. Guess that's kind of a subtitle. We'll let that work. And yeah, that basically is gonna wrap this one up. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, make sure you head on over. I'll have the links below to the shop and the Facebook group. And I'm going to just finish off here with some sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I always like to have a little bit of bling somewhere, and this always works well. And the way I use most of the time get my sequins done is I have a little jewel picker, and I go ahead and put my glue, because I use that Nuvo drop, so it stays wet long enough that I can normally put all the glue down that I want, and then put my sequins down. And the mix I'm using is the Vicky's Rainbow, which is actually meant to go with Vicky Booten's collection, but it matches this Paige Evans collection so well that I have been using it with the past few layouts that I have been creating. Okay, this is a longer process video than I was thinking it was, so you've heard me kind of yammer on for a bit, but we're done. So thanks so much for watching. Here's a look at my finished layout, and I'll see you guys all soon. Bye!